You arrive here on the farm, you park in a cow field, and then you take a shuttle to the top of this mountain, and you're already in rural Vermont. And then you get even more rural because you're brought up to the top of Fledge Fest Mountain in a shuttle, or you're like encouraged to take the walking path that is just this steep climb up. And then you arrive and it's just this like massive stage and just all of these little installations and food and music and activities and so much to explore. And I think that we really love this feeling like of this like immersion. You know, you work hard to get there, and then you get there and you're immersed and you're a part of something. So it's just like this joyful, special, memorable experience, hopefully for people, but also just this like intentional aspect to it where we really believe that what it means to be in community in these times that we're in is very important. How we choose to be in community is very important. My name is Blake Whitehead. I'm 28 years old and I live in Tunbridge, Vermont. When I first moved to the land here, it was about 3 years ago, and I met Emily and Evan. This is their property, and they showed me the top of the hill, and it was just so beautiful. They had the outhouses up there that they built for the wedding, and they had this little platform for a band. And they had all the campsites and stuff, but nothing else was there. But they were dreaming, and they were saying, you know, sometimes we think it might be fun to do some sort of music event up here, and that was it for me. I just I took that idea and I ran with it. First year of Fledge Fest, it was just a lamb roast potluck with lamb from the farm and 4 bands. And very quickly we felt after that we wanted to do something bigger. So then the second year was 18 bands in 2 days. It just evolved so fast, and we just felt so much energy and excitement around wanting to continue to build this idea. That's a really big theme of Fledge Fest, is that there's this really strong desire for community to be held in many different ways. So like one, that like immersive feeling, and that feeling of like really coming together, wanting it to be intentional and spotlight farmers. And we also want to just highlight all of the amazing organizations and businesses that make Fledge Fest happen. And so it can feel like Fledge Fest is this coming together of all of these amazing groups of people. So it's this like community created festival where all of these people are weighing in and collaborating and making it happen. There's a really incredible feeling of community here. There's this huge emphasis on installations and wanting to not only build things or create things or collaborate on sort of practical ways, but also in really fun ways. Emily, Evan, and I have just found it so ironic that both the past 2 years that we have thrown this festival, there has been some kind of rain event. And Friday night of Fledge Fest was beautiful, beautiful weather. But the second day, out of nowhere came this storm, and it rained for like 4 hours, this deluge downpour. And we were having flood warnings. There was like 100 people up there, and it was crazy. And Evan and I and the whole team were trying to get all these vehicles that were stuck on the hill. And it was just this like wild experience. But all the bands showed up. Everyone was dancing in the rain. And it was just this like there was a moment when we were at first thinking, oh my gosh, we're gonna this is a disaster. But then looking around at everyone, we're like, actually, no, this is incredible. And then all of a sudden the rain departed and there was a double rainbow, and everyone was just felt like they had gotten through something together. And then the music just continued, and it was just this like epic experience of weather and irony, because we were fundraising for floods and we're having flood warnings, and it was just like, cannot believe this is happening. But that's part of it. I mean, it's like part of the story of what we're trying to create here is just like, this is community resilience, you know? Like we can demonstrate that. We can demonstrate that in times of really like hard times and also in times of joy. It was just so beautiful. We couldn't have asked for anything better. And so there's something about that as well. It just makes it all the more worth it. And yeah, we couldn't do it without our incredible group of volunteers and friends and supporters and community.